Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. My name's Jennifer. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date in all my latest videos. It's been quite a while since I last saw you guys. I think it's been 5 months is what I ended up tallying it up to be. And yeah, I didn't plan on taking a break, but it kind of just happened. I think the last video I posted, let me double check, but I think the last video I posted was, yep, when we took down the chain link fence out back. Yeah, there was a lot going on there, so I kind of wanted to do this video. I'm going to bake some box brownies because I figured that baking is good for mental health, and we can have a conversation about where I've been, what I've been up to, and all that. Also, I'm not wearing my ring because I'm baking and I don't trust it. Nick and I are still together, so just starting with that. So here we go. Okay, so I have notes on my phone so I don't go off tangent too much. So basically, the reason I ended up taking 5 months off is because I was, if you don't know, we moved to a new house. There's other videos kind of revolving around that, and I have some videos that are going to be upcoming, which I'll get to. But basically, between moving, there were some unexpected additions to the family. I'm not pregnant. I did not have any kids or anything like that. I will show you the 2 new additions to the family shortly. Also handling like the change in routine at work. We lost an employee at work, and we only had a firm of, so overall our firm has a couple employees, like I want to say we have like 10-ish employees, but at my current like location firm we had 3, 1 left. Now we only have 2 of us, and we're both attorneys. So dealing with that kind of shift was a lot at work, and there's a lot more that I took on than I expected, but it's been amazing and I love it. It just was, I don't handle change well. So one big thing is like I don't handle, like I just said, I don't really handle change well. I get overwhelmed, and when I get overwhelmed, or I get what's called overwhelm, I don't handle it well. Every single big change in my life, whenever I've made a big move, I kind of go through a depressive state, and it's like I have a really hard time adjusting, and it like takes a lot of energy for me to get reaccustomed to the new things in my life. And even if it's going well, it's like there's just a lot happening. So I was just really overwhelmed with everything going through, and like I said, there's been a lot of changes in the last month, so I was dealing with a lot of that. So basically, we'll start with like the moving aspect. We're gonna move in like categories. We'll start with categories and we'll move from there. So obviously, if you guys were watching my videos beforehand, or if you're new here, we originally lived in an apartment. We bought a house in April, the house that I am currently in, and it's been amazing. I love it. It's the perfect house. It's a little far from work, but I kind of like having a drive because I'm a trust and estates attorney, and there's days that it's a lot of emotions and a lot of dealing with things, so it helps to kind of have like time to relax before I get home and decompress with my emotions, so I don't take it out on Nick, which has been really nice. But while we were moving, our apartment was about an hour away from where I currently am, and it was about 40 minutes from where I work in the opposite direction. So I was at the apartment, I want to say it was every Friday, almost. It was like 95% of Fridays, between the time that we started to close on the house and when we fully moved in, which was after that video was posted. I want to say it was beginning of June is when we officially moved out. Did I write down the date? I did. So there was all that time, so it was like 2 months probably where it took us to move small items in our car. We had one big move where we moved furniture, and then on top of all of that, I was also trying to get settled in here with Nick. And so, and Nick works, like I work half days on Fridays and Nick doesn't, just based on how our schedules are. And so for me, I was doing a lot of the moving from the apartment here because my schedule allowed it and his didn't. And he did his best for when he went into the office, but he worked from home, so it didn't make sense for him to drive if he didn't need to. He did a lot of the unpacking at home. It was just, there's a lot going on there because there was a lot more mental energy going into that. All right, I'm gonna finish stirring this and put it into a pan real quick. And then I'll show you guys the new additions. I preheated the oven beforehand. I forgot to show you guys. Okay, so now that we've done that, I can show you guys the 2 new additions. Okay, hang on. Let me just show you first. Okay, so this is the first edition. This is Miss Sugar. She's sleeping. Hang on, let me bring you this way. Say hello, Miss Sugar. This is Miss Sugar. We think she's about 6 months. And there's Jaeger in the background. You heard him. If you don't know, Jaeger is Nick's and my dog that we got, I think, 1.5 years ago at this point. Almost. We got him March a year ago. There's a video of it. But this is Sugar. And then let me bring you over to the other little one. We're also dog sitting right now, so if you hear other dogs in the background, we don't actually own this many dogs. We have 3. Here is Miss Maple. Mwah. So Miss Maple and Miss Sugar are sisters. Hang on, let me put you here. Yeah. So we're gonna put you guys there so you guys can look at Miss Maple while I tell her story. So Miss Maple and Sugar were left in our neighbor's ditch about, I want to say it was the beginning of April. It was right about the time that Nick and I moved in here, like maybe a few weeks after, like very quickly after we moved in. And our neighbor has some serious health issues, which makes it hard for her to have a dog, like any dog inside or any really pets inside. She also has like a home health aide. And so with these dogs, they wanted to take care of them, and so they were feeding them and giving them water, but they weren't able to let them inside. So at that point in time, we didn't know that they were left in the ditch. We thought our neighbor had just bought them puppies, which we kind of thought was strange, but we didn't question it, you know, because we didn't really know her that well. But they got out at towards the end of June time. They got out, they followed, because our neighbor's yard isn't fenced. They got out when a car left, so they sprinted across the street. Nick chased after them because I had just gotten home from work. Nick was out in the yard working, so I was talking to him. I was wearing heels. Nick chased after them and brought them back, and we heard their story of how they were left there, and they were just trying to take care of them and feed them and give them water and make sure that they were cared for. But they weren't really sure what to do with them because they couldn't care for them long term. And so Nick and I discussed it when he came home, and we were kind of like, all right, we can try to foster them and try to find them another home. And we brought them to the vet. We got shots for them. We updated them. We got them on different dewormers. We were making sure that they were good. They were covered in ticks because they had been outside 24/7 for a couple months. And so we really were just making sure that they were taken care of and loved and really like cared for while they were here. And we fell in love. And long story short, well, we offered to take them, so we took them in and did all of that, and them and Jaeger got along amazing. They are always playing. I want to say like they're outside 90% of the time when they can be. If Nick's not in the middle of a meeting, they're probably outside. And so I ended up falling in love with them, and when we went to post to our like group of friends on Facebook that like, hey, we found some puppies, does anybody want them? We wanted to make sure they went together. I started crying, and I was like, I can't do this. And Nick understood, and he also loved them. And so we are foster fails, and yeah, I love the girls. They are some of my pride and joy right now. Like, they have brought so much happiness, and I've always wanted to have more than one dog. 3 dogs is sometimes a lot, but I don't know. I feel like they were supposed to come into our lives when they did, because they've been a little joy. But it was definitely a lot to get accustomed to and get used to. And since I didn't really know what we were doing with them, I didn't really want to post a ton because I wasn't really sure what was going on. Okay, so I'm trying not to let you see what's going on in the background because that gives away one of the projects. Basically, we've already done 2 projects that I didn't share with you guys after the fence got put away or taken down. We have redone the closet, or my closet space, not Nick's side, but my side of the closet, because it was driving me nuts and it was not functional, so I made it more functional for myself. Nick didn't really care for me to do his side at this point in time. Maybe at a future date I will be able to redo his side, but we also did a section outside that was on our patio, and I will show this in a later video. I don't want to do it now just because that's not the purpose of this video, but I can show a picture here. We had a patio that was basically just the cement pad, and it wasn't very usable in the middle of the day. It was way too hot to stand out there. You were kind of getting baked from both sides is what it felt like, and it was just, you couldn't be out there for more than like a minute or 2 without just feeling like you were overheating. And so we decided to build some sunshades and add in some lights out there for some ambiance, and it's been amazing how much cooler it is out there. But we do have 2 upcoming house projects, one of which I've already been filming, which was the one that I was trying not to show you guys. That one's going to be split up into multiple parts, but that's our bar built-ins that we're building in our living room. There'll be more to come on that, so stay tuned. And then we're also planning on doing raised garden beds, hopefully this fall. That is the plan, as long as our financial means are allowing us to. So that's all I have for you guys today. I do have some upcoming videos that I shot during my 5 months that I really do want to share with you guys, because I spent the time to shoot them, and I have a ton of footage, and I think that it'd be fun to show you guys it and play around with that footage. One is from my Kiowa tax conference. That's going to be a 2-parter just because it was a 3-day weekend. I went to Kiowa Island, which is off the coast of Charleston, South Carolina. It is a tax conference, but we really only did the tax side of things in the morning. The afternoon, you had time to explore the island and stuff, so I wanted to share like that aspect and like show you guys that. And it was my first time going to a big like law conference in general, so I wanted to share that with you guys. It was from, I think, Memorial Day weekend or something, so I really wanted to share that with you guys. Like I said, it's going to be a 2-parter because I filmed a ton of like B-roll and stuff like that. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And the other one is the empty apartment tour that I was talking about before, way back when. I filmed a ton of videos when I was leaving. So I'm going to do a voiceover and kind of just show you guys what our old apartment looked like and all of that. I also I had been planning on doing a must-have list for new homeowners. I plan on doing that again. I needed to refilm the clips though, because the clips that I filmed, the audio was fine, but the visual was like so washed out, and it was not as much. I wanted better quality than what I had. I'm on Instagram at Miss Jenna Christine _ I'm on Facebook at Miss Jenna Christine. And I think I'm on Twitter, but I don't really use Twitter, so find me on Instagram is where I'm the most active. And I plan to be more active. I really want to get back into this, and I really have missed creating content for you guys. Like I said, my mental health has been all over the place, but just being able to film videos, even if I don't post them, has been really good. I don't say for my mental health, but it's been like really... It's been interesting, so I'm excited to share the videos that I do have with you guys, and I want to keep building upon that. And now that I have like some saved away, I might be able to get into a good rhythm of being a few weeks ahead, so fingers crossed. But until next week, I love you guys, and I'll see you back here. Love ya.